Kneeling at the middle of your mat, inhale those arms up, reach. Exhale, palms to heart. Inhale up and reach. Exhale, palms to heart. Bringing those hands to your mat, step on back into your tabletop position with those knees directly under your hips. Arch the back, round the back, warming up through your spine. Arch and look up. Around, bring your chin to your chest. Arch and look up. Rounding through your spine, chin to chest. Arch and look up, inhale, exhale, round. Coming back to neutral spine, toes underneath you, lifting those knees up slightly off the mat and hover them, only an inch or two. Hover them right here, hold, 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 hold. Warming up through that core and knees to the floor. Release your toes. Take a second here. Bring those toes back underneath you again and hover those knees one more time. Press it back into your downward facing dog. Take a second here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Stepping your right foot through your hands. Hands are planted on the floor, holding the stretch. Dropping those hips as low as you can. Bring that left knee to the floor. Release your toes. Upper body lifts up. Hands on your knee, pressing your hips forward. Feeling a nice stretch through the front of that left hip. Making sure that right knee stays above your ankle. Pressing your hips back, flex the toes. Keeping your spine nice and straight here. Bending that knee. Tuck the left toes, lift up. Bring your upper body all the way up, reaching those arms straight to the ceiling. High lunge. Hold and breathe. Hands to the mat. Step back plank. Downward facing dog. Pressing those heels down as far as you can to the mat. Stepping your left foot through your hands. Bringing those hips down as low as you can. Nice flat back. Dropping your right knee, release the toes. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale, pressing those hips forward a little bit further. Left knee stays behind your left toes. Hands to the mat, press back, flex the left foot, flat back. Think about pulling that left hip back, right hip pushes forward. Come on forward, tuck the right toes, lift up. Nice long right leg. Upper body lifts, hands reach up. Holding this high lunge. Hands to the mat. Step back plank, navel pulled in, flat back. We're going to warm up your upper body. Shift forward, elbows in for 2 tricep push-ups. You can drop your knees if you need to. Shift forward again, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, pressing through those heels. Bend your knees, hop between those hands, Extend long forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, rolling all the way through your spine. Stretching those arms up nice and long, palms together to your heart. Sit back, Utkatasana chair. Reaching nice and long through those fingertips, palms to heart. Rotate right elbow to your left knee, sitting those hips back as though you're sitting into a chair. You can look up over that shoulder or down to the floor. Shift your weight to the left foot. Bring your right leg all the way to the back of your mat, holding that twist. Palms pressed together. Inhale and exhale. Shift your weight back into chair position. Palms remain together. Now untwist and stand all the way up, reaching long. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, palms to heart. Sit back, Utkatasana chair. Palms to heart, rotating left elbow to that right knee. Again, looking up or down to your mat. Holding it here. Shifting that weight to your right foot. Left foot lifts up and step all the way to the back of your mat. Holding that twist. Palms pressed together. Bringing the weight to the right foot, step all the way in, back to chair. Holding for a moment, untwist the body, stand up, arms are long. Inhale up, reach, palms to heart. Sitting back, Utkatasana chair, and lift up. Back, lift up for 2. Reach for 3. Imagine you're sitting back into that chair. Lift up, back, up, and back. Inhale, exhale, and hold. Hands to the mat, forward fold, folding from your hips. You can bring your hands to your ankles for a little deeper stretch in the backs of those legs. Making sure this fold is coming from your hips, not your back. Hands to the mat, bend your knees, hop back into plank. Press back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up. Single leg dog, hold it here for a moment. Hold, 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 reach nice and long, pulse it up, 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 up. And hold it. Bending your knee. Step all the way through those hands. Holding this low lunge. Step together and back with that left foot. So step in, step back. Step in and back. Holding it here. Arms reach up and back to the mat. Arms reach up, back to the mat, making sure that knee is staying over that ankle on that right side. Lift up and back down. Lift up and hold. Breathing here. Hands to the mat. Stepping in with that left foot. Extend your legs, forward fold. Rolling all the way up through your spine, reach those arms up overhead, palms to heart. Sitting back, Utkatasana chair. Look up, hips back. Lift up, drop those hips down. Up, down, up, and down. Keep this going, reaching those arms long. Sit back and lift up. Back and lift up. Back and lift up. Holding at the bottom. Hips reach back, arms to the mat. Forward fold. Bending your knees, hopping back into plank. Downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up as high as you can. Holding it here. Pump that leg up. Lift, 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 lift. Holding it. Bending that knee in. Stepping forward between your hands. Holding it here, sinking those hips nice and low. Weight comes to the left foot. Right leg steps in and to the back of the mat. Step in, back of the mat. Again, extending it nice and long to the back of the mat. Holding it here, reach those arms up. Hands down, reach up. And down, reach up. And down. Reach up and down to the mat. Hold. Step that right foot in. Straightening those legs. Forward fold. Enjoy this on the back of those legs. You can grab a hold of those ankles. Inhale. Exhale. Sitting back, Utkatasana chair. Extend, drop those hips. Lift and down. Lift and down. Holding back into chair. Hold, hold, hold. And hands to the mat, forward fold. Stepping back or hopping back into plank. Shifting over to that right arm, lifting that left arm nice and long. Side plank. Bringing that left foot up to your knee, point the toes, reach it long, control it down. Toes to your knee, extend, control it down. 2 more. Knee and lift, lower. Knee, lift, holding it at the top. Hold, hold, and down. Hands back to the mat, plank position. Navel to the spine, press back, downward facing dog. Stepping those feet in slightly, knees under your hips, hover about 2 to 3 inches off your mat. Holding this here, giving those arms a little bit of a break. Stepping back, shifting over to that left arm this time. Right arm lifts up, right foot lifts to the knee, extends and lowers. Knee, extend and lower. Knee, extend, lower. Knee, extend and hold at the top. Hold, hold, hold and breathe. And come on back into plank position. Navel to spine, Walk those feet in slightly, knees under your hips, hovering the knees off the mat. Step back into plank, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up, reach, reach, reach. Knee comes in, step through your hands. Dropping that left knee down, release your toes. Walking that right foot to the outside of your mat. Pressing your hips forward, drop the right knee to the side, coming onto the outside of that right foot. Holding it here, you can drop those elbows to your mat if that feels good, or you can stay up on those hands. If you want a deeper stretch, tuck the left toes underneath you, extending that left leg long. Holding and breathing. Trying to sink those hips lower with each exhale. Dropping that left knee, release the toes. Coming up to your hands, nice flat back. Press your pelvis forward a little bit more. Nice deep stretch for those hips. Feels amazing. Bringing that right knee in, heel toe back to the center of your mat. Extending long through that left leg. Low lunge. Stepping it in slightly, shifting back into your pyramid pose. Right toes lift up to begin with, and then press down, keeping that right leg nice and long. Bringing your chest as close to that leg as you can. Inhale and exhale. Bending your right knee and step together. Forward fold again. And lift all the way up with a flat back. Hands lift and palms to heart. Inhale. Exhale, arch slightly and dive it forward. Forward fold. Lift up. Half lift and down. Stepping your right foot to the back of your mat. And both feet back into plank. Downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up high. Hold. Bending your knee. Bring it in, step through those hands. Sinking those hips low, right leg nice and long. Heel toe the left foot to the outside of your mat. Holding here for a moment. Dropping that right knee down, release your toes. Pressing those hips down as low as you can. Left knee drops to the side, coming onto the outside of that left foot. You can drop down to your elbows if that feels good, or you can stay up on those hands. Trying to keep your back as flat as possible without rounding it. Holding this here, inhale and exhale. If you'd like a deeper stretch, tuck your right toes under you, extending that right leg long. Sinking low with those hips. Dropping that right knee again if it's lifted. Come on up on your hands. Flat back, press forward with that pelvis. Keeping the knee dropped to the side. Now bring it in. Walking that foot to the center of your mat. Press up, right toes, and step back into plank. Holding plank position, drop those knees down and sit back into your child's pose for just a moment. Enjoying this. Breathing through it. Come on over. You're going to sit towards the center of your mat, rolling your spine all the way down. Bringing your right knee in, extend your leg long, reaching for your ankle or the back of that knee, pointing the left toes, stretching that right leg long along the floor. With each exhale, try to bring that left leg closer to you. Taking a deep breath, exhale, bring it in. Bending your right knee, left knee bends, and bring it back to the mat. Right knee lifts, extends long, pointing through those toes, extending your left leg out along the floor, and holding this here. Think about long lines reaching through the crown of your head, reaching through the toes of both feet, extending that spine, extending your legs. Bending that left knee, bend the right knee, both knees in, extend up and long, flex your feet, dropping your legs out to either side. You can reach for your ankles with your arms, or you can reach for the inside of those knees. Reaching those toes as close to the floor as you can. Inhale, exhale, pressing down a little bit further. Inhale, exhale, bring those toes in, holding this for a moment, pressing your heels together and dropping your feet to the floor, keeping those knees turned out to each side with your hands resting on each leg. And breathe. Inhale, exhale. Holding here. Bringing those knees together. Extend your legs nice and long. Bring your hands to your sides, palms up, and breathe through this. Feeling your breath as you inhale through your belly, up into your chest, and exhaling it all out.